Fight Media 360 here. So today it's gonna be a quick preview and prediction for Daniel Dubois versus Bogdan Dinu. So now let's talk about their height and reach. Let's start off with Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois comes into the fight with a record of 15 wins, 1 loss, 0 draws, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Obviously, his only loss was to Joe Joyce. He got jabbed out, and then he had a broken eye socket, so he quit. Um, Also with Daniel Dubois, he has a 78-inch. Also, Daniel Dubois, he stands 6'5" with a 78-inch reach. Now let's talk about Bogdan Dinu. All right, Bogdan Dinu comes into the fight with a record of 20 wins, 2 losses, 0 draws, 16 wins coming by way of knockout. He stands the same, 6'5", and his reach is unknown. Alright, so now let's talk about Dubois, what he has to do to win. Um, so, Dubois, he came back from, he's coming back from, not devastating, but, he came back from a big loss to, Joe Joyce, the Juggernaut. Um, um, he got jabbed out. He had a broken eye socket, so he kneeled and he quit. So like besides that, what he really needs to do in this fight is, cause like Dubois is an aggressive fighter. He likes to throw punches and he likes to come forward and be really really aggressive. Um, and he likes to throw and he has a lot of power. He does have 15 wins with 14 knockouts, and he has an 87% KO percentage. Uh, um, so like what he needs to do is really like make Dinu uncomfortable. It's pretty easy to do that. Um, um, Big Baby Miller did that. Kubrat Pulev did that. That was Dinu's recent loss was to Kubrat Pulev. That's what his two losses were, was to Kubrat Pulev and Jarrell Miller. Um, so it is pretty easy to make this dude, you know, it's pretty easy to drive him into the deep waters, hurt him, because he has gotten knocked out 2 times. So pretty much Dubois just needs to do what he needs to do. Fight the same. Don't be very very aggressive. Um, you know, um, overpower him. Um, Make sure you're control of the ring. Make sure he's uncomfortable. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what he needs to do is make him uncomfortable, be very very aggressive like how uh he how you like how he usually is. Um, Overpower him because obviously uh, the more powerful guy is Daniel Dubois, and actually it looks like the bigger fighter is actually Daniel Dubois. Even though they're both the same height, so. Now let's go to Bogdan Dinu. So Bogdan Dinu, he's he's not really that impressive of a fighter. He's very slow, slow head movement. Uh, he does got a decent jab. He can use his jab well. It is decent. His boxing skills are a little decent. Um, but it's not like that good. Um, but you can easily like pressure through him and crack him. So, but what he needs to do is kind of do what Joe Joyce did. Keep like kind of like out jab him. Cause Dubois isn't good when he gets hit with jabs. He can't really figure out a way to try to get away from the jab. So what he really needs to do is to pretty much just outpoint him, outscore him. You can't knock Dubois out. Maybe you can make him quit. He did quit against Joe Joyce because he got out jabbed. He got jabbed out, and he had a broken eye socket against Joe Joyce. So pretty much kind of just box, uh, try not to get, near Dubois, because Bogdan Dinu does like the box. He does like to use his jab, and also Dinu, Bogdan Dinu also has um decent power. I think his KO percentage is 72, so that's actually pretty good. So he do got some power, but he is very slow. Um, but he does have power, just like when he fought Kubrat Pulev. Uh, um, he cut Kubrat Pulev badly from a punch. So both of them do carry a lot of power. Um, but my issue with Danu is um, he is very very slow. Um, he doesn't really got that good of footwork. He is good. He is a decent jabber. He like I think the only way he could really win is out jabbing Dubois. Um, just win some rounds. Uh, I know he can't really move away that well, but just try not to get hit by Dubois because if you're just gonna be a person to scrap with Dubois, you're not gonna win. That's what happened with Joe Joyce. Is that when Joe Joyce was like trying to scrap, trying to fight with him, he obviously couldn't win. So then he switched and tried to out jab him and outbox him, and that's what happened. And then Joe Joyce was winning rounds against Dubois. Um, so and then he out jabbed him and then stopped him. I know I already said that, but you know, um, so pretty much that's what he needs to do is out jab Dubois, use your jab, cause Danu does got a decent jab. I do kind of like his jab because he did use that against Jarrell Miller. It wasn't really doing anything, but uh, Dubois doesn't really handle jabs that well. But the difference is that Danu doesn't move around. So Joe Joyce, even though I'm not a big fan of it, you gotta give credit to Joe Joyce because Joe Joyce was moving around against Dubois. They were slow movements, but he was moving around from Dubois. So maybe he can try doing that. I don't think he's gonna do that. Um, so it pretty much his only chance is to pretty much just out jab Dubois because obviously Dubois doesn't really handle jabs that well. So yeah, so my final prediction for this fight is Daniel Dubois by an early round knockout. I just feel like Danu he isn't really that skilled. He is big, he is a big heavyweight, but he just isn't that skilled. He's slow head movement. He was slipping punches against Kubrat Pulev, but that's Kubrat Pulev. Pulev been done. He got knocked out by an old Kubrat Pulev. But Kubrat does got some power. But you're fighting a guy like Daniel Dubois, a guy that has a lot more power. And I think that Dubois is gonna overpower him, and he is gonna knock him out cold. I think he's about to put Danu to sleep. But if I would put money on it, if I would say what round in the early rounds, I would say the first round. I think Dubois is gonna knock him out in the first round. I do not see Danu lasting over one round. He's just too slow. He's just there. He does use his jab, but he doesn't move his feet around. And if you're just not going to move your feet around, just use your jab, that is not going to work against Dubois. Like, I just don't see Danu winning at all. So yeah, so that's my final prediction. I got Daniel Dubois by an early round knockout. And yeah. So thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Fight Media 360, and thank y'all for watching this video.